Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Come on in. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Cool.
Did you want to start this? Or should you want to start?
You can start.
Okay. Let you. Here. Okay. Can you put on the
I sure can.
thing?
Give me 1 sec.
How did you go about finding a job when you got out of college?
So when I was in high school, a friend of mine who was in Boy Scouts with me at the time, we were walking home from the first day of high school, and he goes, "Hey Martin, we have a radio club at high school. You should come check it out. I think you'd really like it." Started working in television when the sports director said, "We need someone to film the high school football and basketball games. Would you be interested in doing your school?" Shot film, that learned the basics of shooting through that, and then came to Carolina, and basically had decided I didn't want to work in radio. That was for lack of a better way of saying it, that radio wasn't where what really spoke to me. Although I do love radio in a lot of ways, and then had a number of part-time television-related jobs through college. What you guys would know as Vilcom now, used to be called Village Cable. And I worked there, did some editing work for them, and they had a studio in the early days of cable. So I've done most everything. When I went to work for Horizon Video, they're in RTP now, I worked as a videographer, shooting both commercials and small corporate projects and things like that. So came back, worked a couple years for Horizon, then stepped out on my own. So, once again, started as a freelancer shooting for people, but then I had a number of contacts at that point, and they brought me in to direct and shoot, which is still what I do today for the most part, is direct and shoot for people. I like people generally, and I like to hear their stories.
What are some of your favorite projects that you've worked on in your company?
So I've done, I've won a lot of awards for stuff, right, which is nice. And there's always some element of a program that wins an award that is enjoyable. Whether it's the technology side of it, or it's a really good story, whatever pulls that together. I worked on a series of shows called The Operation. It's a company in Chapel Hill now. They used to be in Durham. But I worked for them as a director, shooter, and editor through my own company, sort of as a freelancer. So you get immersed in, so what's interesting is you get immersed in people's lives, and life is not neat. It's not all health related. There's all kind of relationships and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's the thing that's both fun about it, is that you gotta like people, right? Enjoy them. But if you do a long haul on a program, you see some changes for people, or they go through changes.
What made you decide to start your own business?
One of the great things I learned at Horizon, which is the company I had worked for when I got out of college, I had a chance to be a production manager. And what I discovered is I really don't like managing people, okay? And that's good, that's useful information about yourself. I do well with people, I enjoy people, but on a day-to-day basis, all the stuff that a manager needs to do, all the human relations stuff, all the scheduling, all the stuff that you got to do as a manager, didn't speak to me. Different clients need different things from you. For some clients, I'm a director-shooter, which is what I do a lot of. For other clients, they really want me to edit stuff for them. That's fine. Some people want me to turnkey an entire project. So see, I play different roles for different companies that I'm working with. Yeah, and it's great when you're young. I mean, to try a lot of different stuff. Try your hand at a bunch of different things, which is a great thing about working in a company setting. You go in, come in at one spot, and you have a chance to work a little, and then try your hand at something else, and try your hand at something else, and you'll see what you do well, and what you feel pulled. It'll be completely obvious.